Hey folks, I'm Vixen. Today we're going to play a bit more Pathfinder Kingmaker by All Cat Games. So in the last episode we managed to defeat the Stag Lord, barely, but Valerie hold long enough so the old bear managed to kill him, so we're lucky on this side. But now we need to go back and speak to Jamandi Aldori to receive our reward. We need to maybe speak a bit to Oleg as well, it seems. And we've got also a quest next to a bridge with undead, which was asking for the head of the Stag Lord, so we should be also dealing with this maybe at some point. Yet, the most interesting things we should stumble upon is that we are going to be rewarded a realm, and so it's going to be quite interesting to see what we'll be able to do. So let's just resume our adventure, and what I should probably do is to check if there is anything to pick up in the Stag Lord fort. So let's just begin to see if there is any goods. Did I actually looted these before? I'm not sure. So we're going to pick up the things which might be of value, like composite chart bows, which are worth 50. It's way more than the other things, so we'll go for it. Alright, and then we'll go inside. Alright, so what do we have here? We do have, let's enter. Nice. Got a chest with plenty of goods, which are going to be pricey to sell. Another one, we've got pets. Can I use them? Nah. And a shame because I've got Tristan, which is in trouble. So just pick up all of these goods, I will sell them as soon as possible. Got also a bit of money and books. I might want to take everything. These might be a bit heavy, but I think we might have a bit of space. So let's just take them all. Alright. Then let's just take a look at this room maybe. I don't expect to find more fights because we've been fighting so many enemies already. Alright, let's just go that way. I've been happy to discover that I missed something with the UI. We've got a hold button. So previously I was using the AI button here to prevent my people from moving, but you know, with this it's going to be way better. They are going to use their long range weapons and they're not going to move, so it's perfect. I should have used that earlier. Anyway, let's just disarm these traps if I can and access whatever is hidden behind them. Hopefully I won't arm these. Okay, nice. Oh, wait a sec, can I not pick the lock? What is this? Just a bottle of wine. We've got a few things here.
It is finished.
A silver buckle and money. Okay, and we've got a button here, it seems. Is it not? Maybe not. How shall I open this? I maybe don't have... Okay, cannot try again. Okay, we'll come back at another point, maybe. Let's go and check the rest of the fort. There's a map, a bit of money and a book. More traps. Alright. And... okay, let's just try to disarm this. I'm not going to get too close with my other guys because I don't want them to get hurt. Okay, nice. Is there more? If there are more, I would prefer to be aware of it. It seems not to be the case. Let's just pick up the goods. And there is more. So this door is locked, kind of. There is somebody here. I'll just bring my team in case.
Focus on the goal.
Nigra. I think maybe it was written somewhere around. Let's see. Oh, here. Maybe we should find Nigra's Dread, the insane father of the Stag Lord. So it is the father of the Stag Lord. Can I open this door? I did! Yet, it seems to be unwilling to be friendly to us. So I should probably just fall back a little bit. Let my fighters... we're just not going to go in there. We're going to wait for him here. Maybe a bit closer. Maybe not that close. Come on. a little bit backward here, and we're going to hold. Hopefully, we're going to hold our position. Okay, it was a mistake to let him do his things. So we are on hold, and we should not hold anymore, I believe. Okay, so let's see. Let's just move our troops in a different formation. We're going to move Tristia on the side. I don't want him to be the target of any spells. We're going to move our mage and bards and casters here. Okay, better. So this time I can actually go. And are we on hold? It's not really clear. I believe we are because we're not moving, but okay, let's just go. And that way we should fight him a bit better. There is a flame strike coming. Maybe I should just try to move my troop. Yes, I should have done that earlier because it was a nice little pack for him to shoot in. It should not be too hard though, and because it seems to have not so much else available, and with a bit of luck, as we're going to be a bit more spread, it's going to be a little bit easier. Christian is taking damage. Let's see, I need him to be full health before he die. Oh, okay, no more fights. Okay, it will be fine. What's going on with that guy now? Maybe we should, it's done. Okay, is there anything remotely interesting to be picked up here? It is just a chest where I can stash stuff, isn't it? Probably. What about that guy? Can I not loot him? It's strange. There is no way. Is there nothing to be looted here? Okay, so we'll take the XP and we'll leave because there is nothing else to be picked up, it seems. Let's go. I don't think there is anything else here. Maybe. No, there is no letter, nothing. So let's get out of here. Let's go and speak to Oleg, I think. He's the closest. Jamandi Aldori is a bit further. And I could also speak to Keston because he was, I think, a guard from Jamandi Aldori's guard. Hey buddy, that guy just saved my skin last time. I would definitely like to recruit him. Or her, because is so much better than any of my people except for Valerie, which is just a life-saving warrior, kind of. Let's keep going. It's a shame I did not manage to save Svetlana's sister, but it seems I was not meant to be able to do that because she died during the cinematic, so even with the best will, I wouldn't have been able to actually save her. I think I should try to maybe rest, so maybe I could regenerate a bit. Oh, look at that. It was not possible to loot Nugra, but I can actually pick up his goods. So there is a letter. We've got a Master War Club, which I'm going to take, and Hide Armor, which seems to be not too bad. What is it about? So, +2. Oh, it's pretty good. It's costing quite a bit of money, but it is fairly light armor compared to what she brings to the table. So I could give it to my buddy here, but I think he might not need it. We'll need to check that. Game. Working on the map, it's not the easiest thing to load. Alright, let's go. Let's see, so we need to head toward Oleg's place, I think. I might want to check that before we go. Pretty Wars, Stolen Lens. Go to the trading outposts. Jamandi Aldori said we have no more than 3 months. Yes, it's what we are going to confirm here. Let's see. Now all of these things are done already. Okay, we'll just speak to Oleg and we'll see what we're going to do afterward. Plus, I need to rest. Wait a sec. Let's make a camp and see if it's going to be sufficient to allow Tristan to rest well enough. Okay, cannot rest for that long, so we'll just rest for 8 hours. Can I? Maybe. Let's just begin resting. I don't know if it's going to work, but I can still try. Got 6 rations. I need better hunters as usual. We did not get any attacks, so are we fine-ish? What's going on here? Oh, we are saving. Okay, good. Tristan is not yet back to full strength, but he needs to be going back home, so we'll just hurry towards Oleg place. We'll just continue our travel here. It's a bit far, but we know the way, so it should be a little bit less dangerous, hopefully. Yeah, here they are. I could try to avoid, but I'm not sure it's going to work. Okay, let's try anyway, because Tristan is... And... yes. Let's just evade. We'll fight more enemy later on, but we've been fighting plenty of enemy already, so... let's not rest. We'll just go to the outpost and we'll sleep in good beds instead of rough sleeping bags. Might be more efficient. Come on. It's a shame it's not like a bicycle. I would definitely like to be able to try to power it with my leg. It would be faster. Maybe. I don't know. Come on. Drinking a potion is a move action. Ah, come on. Anyway, let's keep going.
Ready for anything?
And here we are. Okay, so who's that? It is Valerie. Valerie, catch up with you near the trading post and touch you on the shoulder. Vingsar, can I talk to you? Of course, let's go for it. Know that the Stag Lord is defeated. You rightfully own the stolen lands. Jamandi Aldori will endorse you and grant you the Baron's title. The girl looked at you with interest and little apprehension. What will you do when you sit on the throne, Vingsar? Please don't say you haven't thought about it. So let's see. There is enough work to do in the stolen lands. Running off bandits, founding a state, protecting the common people. It seems to be the right thing. But let's just take a look at the other one. I'm not worried about what I'll do. All that matters is that what I'll be getting. Sitting on a throne can be a lucrative occupation. And whatever happens, I hope you are beside me. I appreciate your help and appreciate you yourself, Valerie. Okay, so let's go for the first one. It seems to be more in line with what I would really go for. To be honest, I didn't expect any other answer from you. You are a noble person, Vingsar, and I'm glad I can serve the good of your state. So it's good we're going to keep Valerie with us for a bit. And as she's our only competent warrior, it's a good thing.
No mistakes.
It's a bad day to get a Baron, it seems. The weather is atrocious. Okay, let's just get a bit of rest. Maybe with a bit of luck we'll also get a better weather. We need to go upstairs. I could also drop a bunch of things into the chest, so we are a bit lighter if there is any issues with... oh, I could also sell stuff, but I'm going to keep the books. Oh, is it the wrong one? I think it might. Yes, it is the wrong one. So let's just keep the books. I will read them when I can. And for the rest of it, I shall maybe sell most, and we'll see what we are going to keep. Plus, I need to check if any character needs armor of Negra. Yeah, we'll need to do that. Okay, so let's just stop with the stash and begin with the sleep. Okay. Should I speak to Gaston, maybe? He seems not to be able to tell us much more, so let's go and speak to Oleg then. Oh wait, I should ask Svetlana, or at least tell her about her sister's death. And it seems, let's just go for this quickly. I think we've been through it already. Yes, I think so. She don't really care. Maybe we'll speak about this a bit later on. Let's speak to Oleg. Fine day to you. What bring you by? Let's just show me where, Oleg, so I can maybe be a bit less heavy. And we'll go for newest to oldest, so it's going to be a bit faster. Let's just remove all of these useless bows. These as well should go. Oh wait, what is this? Diamond dust can also be used to cast certain spell. I'm going to keep it, just in case I would be able to cast a pretty powerful spell with it. Let's take care of the club. I'm going to also sell this, even though it's not worth much. I could keep the eggs so we can do some kind of decent breakfast at some point. The map should go, the buckle should go. What is this? A bottle of oil. Let's go. Wooden plates, carved figure, moonstone. Yep. Clan trinket, silver chain. Okay, all of these are not really necessary to keep. And more clubs, more bows, and great axe. I will never use that. There is also 2 masterwork and axe. I'm not sure if I want to keep these or sell these, but maybe we'll find better things, so we'll just sell these. Chain shirt, no good for us. Masterwork, bastard sword. Okay, let's let it go. I don't think I'm going to use these acid flask potion much, so let's just sell them all. And let's do the same with the maybe not the alchemist fire, because this I think I remember quite powerful. Maybe I should just keep it. Engraved bracelet, no use for us. Got a toy dragon and a toy knight. I don't know, it's not worth much, but maybe I should keep it for some other task. Also turquoise here. And let's keep sweat remain except for the belt, which are fairly heavy. Okay, should be fine. Ish. We're overloaded, so maybe it's not that fine. But we'll drop the rest of it into the chest. I've got 5,000. I should check something. Can I see my inventory right now? Because yes, I've got one of these, Headband of Vast Intelligence, so I don't really need to buy another one. Got also Headband of Inspired Wisdom, and okay, so maybe I could buy something good. I've got 5,000 gold, so maybe there is something which would be useful to pick up before we go any further. Or I could keep the money. Maybe it's wiser, because I might need a bit of money when we will rule the land, the stolen lands. Okay, so let's just make a quick stop to drop a few. Wait, I'm not going to drop these. I'm going to equip this character first. So I've got a glaive here, which seems fairly good. Okay, let's just give first these bits of armor. So this is too low for him, but maybe, oh, it would have been perfect, but Tristan seems not to be able to wear this. Shame. And maybe, no, Amiri is using, oh, not too bad. Let's just check between these two, because the breastplate has the same armor than the hide armor, but these are not the same class armor. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, strange. And is there is a bigger armor check penalty with this, so I think maybe she would be better with this. And yet maybe they've got a character which has no armor and would benefit from this. And no, I don't think so. Maybe no. So it's definitely going to go to Amiri. She's going to make a good use of it, except if this is better. Okay, let's give it this. I still wonder. Yeah, let's just give it to somebody else. Maybe the dwarf is going to like this. No, he's not. And okay, so let's just change our mind. I'm going to give it. Wait a sec. So the breastplate to Amiri, so she gets more armor. The hide armor, I will keep them. It's a shame I still have no armor for my character. I will need to find a way to fix that. And I've got also a shield rapier here. And I kind of like rapier, so I could maybe try to use it with this character. Alright, even though maybe it would have been more wise to give it to Octavia, which is already using a rapier. Yet, let's just see. I've got more character to equip. So, the bow is not fitting?
I don't want it.
I'm a bit surprised, because it would have been perfect for Octavia. Is there anybody which can use it? Okay, seemingly no. Oh wait, Amiri can use it, Valerie can use it, even though there is no reason for them to be able to. Alright, and Regongar can use it as well. Interesting, maybe I could give it to him so he might be more efficient. And I could also give him the short sword and the kukri as he's dual wielding, but I'm not sure it's going to be working well with the scimitar there. Might be easier to use though. So shall I give him the bow? I'm going to give him the bow and maybe I'll give it back to Octavia at some other point. Does she have... no, these are too difficult. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, the glaive. I think maybe a glaive would be more appropriate for him. Unless... oh, it is not what I thought it was. It is... more like an Ajinata. It's a baton with a blade, so it's not going to be what I was expecting. So let's just not do it. We've got also 2 armors. I think maybe yes, Octavia could benefit from this. I've got also braces which were good at archery, so I could give it to Octavia as well. And this great club here. Who do I give it to? Maybe... oh, not too bad. Is it 100? No, it's 200, so I'm probably never going to use it. I'd like to get a bunch of shield. Okay, so let's go climb these stairs, drop the rest of it, and we'll go for our reward. Alright, so let's keep this. I could sell it. Maybe it's a mistake, I should maybe try to sell this. And these armors I shall not keep. I've got already... unless I would need these for guard or something. I don't know. I'll just keep it for now. As a matter of fact, I'll just keep all of these for now. Except for the things which are just bad. I don't know how far we are going to be able to manage our realm. So if I need to provide armor for my guard, I might be willing to keep some. Okay, Oleg, one more round here, and we'll go for what's coming. Should also read the letter from Nugra. He calls to her again, his queen. He drinks, he calls to her, he drinks again. I have no idea who she is. I can't even tell if she exists outside his own drunken vision, but I know he'll call to her, and then he'll crash around angrily, yelling that she didn't come. Then he'll come for me. I obey the rule. I do as he says. I keep silent until he allows me to speak, but he still beats me every time. He drinks and rage. He said he'll burn my hand in acid next time. Will I still be able to write? Okay, it seems the Stag Lord was not really nice with his father, even though his father was not really nice to him before, if I'm right. And okay, here it is. Stag Lord is gone. We found his fortress and sent the villain to oblivion. So Oleg, look at you with respect bordering on admiration. And good riddance. Maybe now we'll be able to actually live in the Stolen Lands rather than just surviving. Oleg sighs. Without a doubt, more people will flock here now. Surely it will surely boost trade, but all the noise they'll bring with them. Well, that's none of your concern. I bet you can't wait to return Rostov and report your great victory. Let's go. Let's go to Rostov. Rostov awaits. I plan to set off right away. Here we go. The fog seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supply for your journey to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Rostov. Okay, let's go. And this mission is complete. Let's just see what Jamandi Aldori will say. Okay. Hopefully a new world of political intrigue is coming to us. It might be interesting. Come on.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the Stolen Lands and return with the Stag Lord's head, but I knew you could handle it.
Okay.
Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baron before the High Society of Rostov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler.
All right, let's keep going. So, who's Natalia Sertova? Okay, sister of the King Noleski and one of the most influential politicians in Brevoy. Okay, let's keep going.
But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections.
It might.
Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Aldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Let's see. What do we have here? Do you already know about my encounter with Tartuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Alright, let's just try to learn a bit more about what's going on currently. So Jamandi, just what kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know.
Yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history or the current political atmosphere? It won't be an easy explanation.
Okay, so what do I need to know about the history of Brevoy?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Isia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
Truly.
The so-called noble
Which we don't
houses
have
of Brevoy,
yet.
mainly Surtova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Aldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
Okay, so the country is on the brink of war. And would probably be the, let's say, the disturbing element, which is going to wait from one side to the others. So, what do I need to know about the current political atmosphere?
We, the Aldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the royal house Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back, but open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one day, their manors were just empty. And the force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be.
That's more than just surprising, they just disappear like that? It will be a mystery to inquire on.
Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Surtova, the former kings of Issia. But their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Surtova and Aldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood. But peace between us is also out of the question.
This is an interesting situation here. So what role do I play in your plans?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Issians hold over us is humiliating and costly. And the Surtovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going?
Yeah, and it seems to be an interesting role to have.
The stolen lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Maegor Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Alright. So, what part does Rostov play in this game?
Rostov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius.
Alright, so let's speak about the Sword Lords and
We
does it have
hope to
any
get some
ally?
help from the Maivani Aldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Coral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Issians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this help. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
Maybe we'll be able to ease that at some point. Let's see. And if Nala is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings. But she's a Surtova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a Baron, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Issians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view. And truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Isians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
Okay, we'll need to inquire more. So, what happens next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
Yes, we've been going through a fairly long tutorial, as a matter of fact. This is hopefully the main part of the game, and I'm looking forward to it.
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
So, I might not want to say I don't need an envoy, but I could try. Still, it seems it might be that's a bit rude to her, as she is the one which is going to give me the barony. Maybe I need an envoy, I don't know. Let's just leave it behind. Thank you, I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official
I will. Okay, let's see what I'm going to be able to discover. Might have plenty of people to speak to. So, and Amiri is here, so we've got my own team, I believe. Harim is over there. Christian. Okay, so I'm in good company, kind of. Oh, there's Jaital as well. Let's just speak to Jaital. Okay, she seems to be unhappy with the celebration here. Let's just begin with Landerson. I don't know who he is. Handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old. Look at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Staglord's gang, soon to be Baron. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander, no last name, no title. Let's go for it. Well, let's just say I'm here incognito under my circumstances. It's wise to keep one lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of the Brevoy noble house. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connection would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to a part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose their steps on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse, take me instead, don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be a far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. I don't know, his word make me want to trust him, but I don't know, his picture seems to be a bit sly and all, so I wonder what I should go for. So are you from Restavik nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here, I'm just visiting, you could say. I want to see for myself the hero who managed to conquer the frontier land, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. I'll consider your proposal. It's going to be difficult because I do feel like I need to accept the one from Jamandi because she's been good to me, but I don't know which one is going to be the best one. So Magavan, I think, was one of the lord which is going to rule these independent lands. So, this man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly. I thought it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of grey running through it. Greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Seems to be quite a straight character. Let me introduce myself. I'm Maga Varn, the new ruler of Dundward. Your neighbor to the east, like you, am about to be Baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. So he seems to be a warrior, and I don't seem to be a sly politician or anything. So maybe this is the kind of guy I can trust. So, how did you earn your title of Baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Aldori needed some reliable to take on all the territory. I'm captain of a mercenary team. If that wasn't clear, a Varnling host. Have you heard of us? No, no matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monster, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. Kinda. How do you feel being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Varn smirk, like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kind of monster, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He's kind of a friendly fellow. He nods toward an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. This that lad, Baron Drelev, is not like us, who knows what generation of Baron he is. He didn't even shake my hand. You and me, we are like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, it'd take my land and yours in a blink of an eye. It's a good advice. I will be careful with that guy. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. I will definitely. So, what do we have here? Chandra and Natalia Syotova. There is Lindy here. To the brim, so that. Oh, I must be drunk. I forgot that line. Okay, let's just go. Oh, there is Kasten here. And he's not willing to. No, he's too drunk. Let's just speak to Chandra. Okay, so we'll speak to Natalia then. Natalia Syotova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary, sweet smile. You are not only tough but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. I don't know. I don't feel like throwing threats away like this. What do you think? Oh, I could just... I take my leave. I could just go. Let's go with this. Before you leave, please allow me to introduce someone to you. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing a lowborn stepson, the green-skinned boy Cassila. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Mavey, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natalia give you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori are our dearest friends. That seems to be a bit... I didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plan, I assume. You see, they are preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, and using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. When the civil war breaks out, your land will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's force. It seems to be a bit of intimidation here. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. So, what would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful ruler of Brevoy, the noble house. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your land. Okay, I don't really like her, but she seems to be sly as a fox. Think on it, do not make any hasty decision. I'm not going to put this envoy in my realm because she would be a traitor, surely. What do we have here? Do we have more? I think we should check for... There is Ragongar here, we've got Svanky Kik. Let's just pick the guy. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil made of solid gold. The guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. So let's see Erastil. I think it was a god. Also known as the Old Deadeye and the Stag God. So he's a pretty god of the forest. So let's see. God of family, farming, hunting, and trade. So okay, let's just speak to the guy. So congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Svanky Kig, High Priest of Erastil in Restov. Oh, let's see what's going on here. We've got colored text here. So do many people in Restov venerate Erastil? You're dressed surprisingly simply for such a festive occasion. Let's lore religion, check past, so we might be able to say that. I saw all you food beside Jamandi that night. Your god granted you impressive power. I'm going to go for this to begin with. Yes, I used to serve Erastil on the battlefield, but those days are long past. Now I call on this power to heal those who've fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course, someone has to roam the forest and slay monsters, but I'm more useful to my congregation here, attending to more mundane affairs like hospitals, shelter, and charity fairs. Let's try to go for the diplomacy check here. I might not be able to do it, but maybe with a bit of luck. Bringing law into the Stolen Lands is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. I felt. Come on. Our most pious aspirations are often hindered, but is it not the case of overcoming such but is it not the case that overcoming such obstacle allow us to become closer to our gods, to our God? I give you my blessing, and I believe you will be able to overcome these hardships and achieve your goals. Okay, so we won't help, but it was a nice try. Let's go and ask him about his clothes. You're dressed surprisingly simply for such a festive occasion. The corner of the priest's mouth turned up in a faint smile. The noble dressed in silks and satin to stand out from the poor. A priest wear a simple robe to stand out from the noble. This is wisdom. So let's see. Do many people in Restov venerate Erastil? There are very many gods in Restov. They pray to Abadar, patron of the city, to Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there is no denying that the Stag God has the largest congregation here. And no wonder, people here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. So, Abadar. Let's see. It's god of city, low merchant, and wealth. Also called the god of walls and ditches. Okay, let's see. Pharasma, the goddess of birth, death, and prophecy. Okay, let's keep going. I've got more guests to meet. Russell keeps you. Okay, let's just. I've got Ragongar and Octavia, which are enjoying the feast. And let's see. That guy, Anis Drelev. We might be a competitor at some point. So, this man gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscle beneath them. He looks past your ears, obviously bored. Baron Anis Drelev, he says, of Andali, emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry I quite forgot your name, but you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations, my land lies to the west of yours. I suppose we are neighbor now. I don't think it's really pleasant here. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell what did you do to deserve your new dominion? A smirk appeared on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all of the stolen land to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons, of the like of you and Varn. It's really unpleasant. I'm going to be pretty unpleasant as well. So you have no army and no special merits. You are just given land for being pretty. And the other circumstances, I'd have you whip for such words. But let's not ruin Lady Aldori celebration. If you want so badly to measure merit, we can do so another time. I'm going to go even further. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ah, politeness must be deserved. Okay, I'm just going to leave him be. Okay, we'll see. I don't know what. It's probably mostly an unpleasant sensation I've got to get this guy, but maybe he will change a bit. So, oh, there's Castle Aldori here. Will he be speaking to me? No, he won't. And there's Yosef Salemius. Let's speak to the guy. Yeah, I think he's a mayor. So an older man with full sideburns look at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamandi. You pulled this all off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldori have always been adept at finding new talents. Our thing in Restov. I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in the recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Recently, especially after the disappearance of Austro-Gravia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing, and people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sort of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. Okay, I'm just going to go and pretend I don't know the guy. So it would seem, I am Yosef Salemius, the Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov, and what about the Aldori? Brevois politics seems complex and incomprehensible to many. Here, in this part of Rustland, the spirit of the northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course, may the god prolong the life of his highness, but here, far from the dominion of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It is especially important now, after a certain event that I probably don't need to name. And it was oh yes, the disappearance of the house Rogaria. So we'll just keep going. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Please wait a moment. Your young barony will need resourceful. No, your young barony will need resource to establish itself. And from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction, and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. Okay. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartload of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building service through Restov Builder Guild. Do we have a deal? I do see where his interest lies. But it is quite a nice head start for us, and I believe we'll need to maybe make progress quickly at first, so we are strong enough to survive the hardship of what are going to come to our barony. So I think I'm going to accept. I will try to pay as quickly as possible, but I think I'm going to accept. Alright, then it's a deal. I'll get everything in order right away and schedule a delivery immediately. Okay, cool. Let's just leave. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling success soon. Hopefully it will be the case. Let's just speak to Aldori.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Okay, let's just begin.
Excellent. Stand here.
I could have taken Landa, but I think Casilla is probably more honest.
people who have done the
even though
impossible.
less experienced.
They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Rostov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Okay, it is time to discover what we'll be able to do with our newly acquired barony. At least begin to discover, because we might not get all the options at first. Okay, if we are loading a barony, I expect to be waiting for a bit. Certainly more tips so we can read a bit while we wait. It's always good to learn new tricks about the game. Which we might have missed. Or maybe a little bit of story about the land of Brevoy might be interesting as well. Maybe the books we can find would be cool to be read while loading, so we could just spend a bit of time to learn about the story and stuff about this land.
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Okay, here we go. I'm the smallest baron around, kind of. Pretty much everybody's going to look down on me, kind of. Okay, welcome your grace, Keston salutes you. You can see he is a bit anxious. It seems he'd rehearsed his speak many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I am at your disposal. I am not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know that I'm glad to serve you. Okay. He's a good warrior, so it's a good thing to have him with us. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizen. The Stag Lord former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. World travel fast, and the first settler have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. Let's get a bit of liquid. Much better. Okay. So while you were visiting Rostov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, Aldori, invested a great deal of resource in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Okay, so let's see, where are my companions? They're all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Tristan is with Jod, and you can always find Lindsay, just follow the noise and turmoil. Okay. So, are there any citizen I should know about? Our old acquaintance, Jod is right here. A Rastil cleric normally don't like city much, but is eager to serve you. Also, the emissary of Brevoy from Brevoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There is also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf, Desna, only knows... Desna, it might be a god. So it was the name of the elf. So Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, so naturally a little odd. so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's about it, I guess. Keston scratched his head. So, what's the mood of the people here? I must admit I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of your eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place amongst all rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. Okay, let's just go and take a look at this city, then. Follow me, Your Grace. We've got already a bunch of horses. Travelers, or maybe citizen. Greeting your Grace. We are, well, your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. It's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbors' heads. So, I'm not sure this is a good idea. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. Okay, let's keep going. So do you recognize this place, Your Grace? This is where the Staglord Fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the hand. It was also a little bit broken, so I managed to go through, so... And I don't recognize the place at all. Not at all. So it would be the heart of the town, so probably the square, main square, and maybe some shops and stuff. I already have our first vendor, interesting. But there is also a smith, seemingly, on the right. Yeah, I think so. This tavern is on the right. Good news. Let's keep going, guys, then we've got things to do. There's a bunch of people here. Who's this woman in red? We must have Ragunga around, maybe Octavia as well. Here is the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see it to its full extent from this perch. Okay, so it's quite big. I don't know what we'll be able to build, but if you can see from here, it would be cool. And here's our residence, so it might be the end of the visit, I believe. Let's see. Come on, I'd like to know what is going to be the siege of my power here. So welcome to your barony. You are about to make the unyielding stolen land a prosperous kingdom. There is a long and arduous road ahead of you. You and your advisor are going to deal with matters of national importance, found and build up settlement, size and develop new region, solve pressing problems and take advantage of good opportunities. A prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donation from their subjects, promising alliance from other states, wealth for their treasury and many other things. So good luck in your ruling, Baron. I'm just not sure it anymore. Okay, good. Okay, Keston, let's see what you have to say. So now we've reached the main chamber. This is the throne room where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surrounding. We'll mark all the important court reports and other news worthy of your grace attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucked his thumb under his belt and stand quietly. Okay. So Casil, greeting your grace, Casil Lady Jamandi's ward, give you a polite bow. It was a pleasure to meet you at the restored reception. On behalf of your ally and benefactors, Aldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. And we get some bonuses on our barony, so +6 community, +6 loyalty, +3 military, +3 economy, +3 divine, +3 arcane, +3 stability. There is many stat teams about the barony. New event, trade agreement with Tova, trade tax agreement with Joseph Selenius, Zvanki offer, pillage the Temple of Elk, rebuild the Temple of Elk, so there is a choice to be done here. Okay, so difficulty level of your barony. You may change the difficulty level of your barony at any time or set it to automatic. If set to automatic, you won't have to deal with most government decisions, which would be stupid. I do not believe it would be wise to remove the most interesting parts like this. I don't know. So they will be taken care of automatically and your barony will never fail. Where is the interest in that? I don't know. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any governance-related achievement. So, let's keep going. You can solve most of your barony's problem by granting appointment to the right people, responsible people, but certain state business will demand your personal attention, as will the visit of especially important guests. Reports of such outstanding event will be marked on your map. You can always check it while considering your plans. We shall. So according to ancient tradition of Brevoy and most of the River Kingdom, ruler address affair of state and receive visitor at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is to maintain this tradition and regularly visit your capital when needed. The first thing you should do as a ruler is to assign loyal people to all important positions in your barony. Your cleric, Judd and Christian, were the first to see Canadians. I won't distract you further and I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations, and may your rule be long and prosperous. Okay, so Judd and Christian, what do you have to say here? So Judd, your grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I am confident that you will be able to bring order to this troubled land. We need to finish with this congratulation. There is no end to it. So Judd stumbled slightly. So to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Christian and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear: there is a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I am disgusted with whoever could do this. Judd exhaled loudly, catching his breath. And now there is a new war. Trista and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There is a place near the capital remote by the local to be cursed. Trista and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of Elk. So what is this place? Where is it? There is a Baldur hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that ritual glorying the dark gods were held here, back in ancient times. There is no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. We've got a new point on the map here. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Christian and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. I swear by Erastil. Okay, so I will go there as soon as I am able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Christian. We have been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. So what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the Baldur hilltop and resolve this issue. Okay, will do. For now we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, your grace, for intervening with you getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have even more pressing matter at hand right now. Maybe we do. August the Curse. It is a new quest for us. We'll still need to go to the Shrike River and maybe end a curse which was already in motion. Alright, so Stolen Lands. Maybe Stolen is not the right name anymore. So what should I go for? If it is not the Stolen Lands anymore. And let's see. I'm not going to be, I think, very original here. I'm going to call it, going to be the name of the realm, so I'm going to call it Odessa, like I used to. This is a reference to Suikoden 1, and I shall accept that. Okay, let's go with it. And here is... Can I zoom out? Seemingly not. Oh yes, I can. So I've got Shrike here, which seems to be our land, maybe? What do we have here? Southern Voice, North, Null Marches, Dire Null Marches. Okay, so this is basically Null Marches. We've got the Outskirt here, the Cameland, Varn, Old, and Silver. It's difficult to read. Silver. I don't really read that. Okay, we'll just learn about this later on. We've got a bunch of advisor here, so we can use. These are card and stuff, so we can assign them to these. Alright, we're just going to do a quick tour on this, but we'll probably deal with that in the next episode. I've got one event, so I've got taxes to deal with. 5 projects, so we can build, we can pH or rebuild the Temple of Elk. We've got the priests of the Stag Lord Erastil, which we can speak to. Agreement with Joseph here, and trade agreement with our merchant, maybe. So we've got ranks, economy things, training. So there is category for projects here. And there is something for the region here. We need to claim the outskirts. Interesting. Okay, so I think we're not going to do much more today. And we'll begin another video with all of it to maybe grasp and try to do something out of it. So guys, I think we're going to conclude the video here. I hope you like it. If you do, please leave a like, a comment or subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, please consider following my referral link to buy your games on the Humble store. They've got pretty nice price and interesting bundles as well. So with that said, until next time folks, have fun!